Okay, today I want to take a look at It's basically an extension of the reading for you that I did. I don't know however many days ago it was, but it basically showed the star and something showing up that was really good, and there was like the guidance at the time was basically to make sure that you're coming at it from a more mature perspective than when things had happened good a long time ago, something like that. Anyway, I have sensed a change of fortune, and it has happened in multiple people's lives that I'm connected to. So here I'm just sort of looking at this like change of fortune, and I guess the question is how do we stay on the path that we're looking for? Like, how do we continue to move toward this energy that we want, or like, how, I don't exactly know how to say it, but to be living the life that we're trying to live, right? So, Bratislava 12 was the word and number, and I do have my fancy new tarot table here, and you can see I'm using acrylic paint. You can see it's already scuffed to shit, so I guess I'm gonna have to figure out something about that. But root card 10 of swords, and the main card is justice. So we have the justice card over the 10 of swords. That is some potent stuff there. So the question is how do we not fuck this up, right? These two together. So the Justice card as the main card is talking about fairness, making sure that you see things for what they are. And it's seeing what you put in and what you get out and making sure that those fuckers are even. But the Justice card is not swayed by love or hate or emotions. The Justice card is like very logical and reasonable. Um, they see truth and they act accordingly. They act fairly and without bias. So the Justice card and making sure that we're not being swayed by old biases that we have, whatever. Now, here that becomes important because the Justice card is standing on the top of the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is some shit that went wrong in the past, and it's trauma that is in there. Like the person in the 10, they tried to hide from something they didn't want to deal with, in this case, the swords, and the swords found them anyway. So in the past, there were things that went fucking terribly wrong. And here, it's trying to see truth standing on a mountain of trauma, right? So, all of the ways in which we've been fucked over before or things have just gone fucking bad, it's trying to maintain clear vision um, throughout that. Now, let's just look and see what we have on either side of the Justice card. I was kind of thinking the Page of Swords might show up somewhere in this reading. And I think it was actually in the last one, in the one that kind of led up to this as well. So, Seven of Pentacles over here. And the Seven of Pentacles is practicing the thing that you're trying to learn. The witch practicing witchcraft. Now here, this is time that we put in to developing a skill, to learning a specific thing. Now, as it moves forward, then you've got the Justice card, being fair and all that stuff, and then the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is trying to make sure that you're tuning in to the thing that you want to find. Um, developing the skill and then making sure, because this is kind of in the past over here, this development of the skill. And these two are probably connected, where we have the development of the skill and also all of the trauma and the fucking bullshit as things just didn't work out the way we wanted them to in the past. So make sure you are being fair. Um, and then as it moves forward, I mean, this might be a better application of the skills that we have already developed, as we are being fair and not overly pessimistic, which is what the 10 would usually allow to happen. So, Page of Swords, you've got the eye here, and it's just looking very specifically for a thing. Try to tune in to the energy of what it is that you're looking for. So, if you're looking for love, try to tune in and like feel that vibration, because even if it's not in the spot that you're looking, if you try to feel where it is, you'll fucking find it, right? Or if it's economic opportunity or whatever, right? And the Page of Swords is also very optimistic, because this kid hasn't had the gut punch um, enough times. And the optimism is important, but keeping in mind the Justice card, this isn't necessarily about optimism. It's just about not being biased. So it's not being biased either way, like overly optimistic or overly pessimistic. But I think that what the Page of Swords is really talking about is just trying to tune in to the dimension of this reality that you want to experience and learn about. So if you're trying to learn about love, then just try to tune in to that dimension, you know? Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of where it can go from here. Um, let's just see if there's anything that I'm missing. And the card that comes out is the Judgment card. And here's the thing. So the Judgment card is kind of like being judged according to truth, according to the things that you've actually done. And uh, and then after this judgment, you don't have to hide from these things anymore. But I feel like the Judgment card in this context, and especially considering the people that I know that are going through this change of fortune, I think the Justice card is great, because if we are judged for our actual truth, then we're fucking golden, you know? If we're judged by a bunch of stupid bullshit and even our own memories and our fucking guilt and the warped shit that is still left inside of us from, all the stupid shit that has happened in our lives and being fucked up as kids and all of that. So if we are judged by our actual truth, we are fucking golden. And this looks like that might be finally happening. Like being judged for truth and not for stupid crap, societal garbage, or even like the way that we judge ourselves too harshly, and that keeps us from ever getting anything that we fucking want. So I think this is positive. And once there is a connection to the energy in the dimension that you're trying to live in more, um, once the connection is made, then it's like you're born again, and you don't really have to worry about all of the doubts or anything. It's just more about focusing on that dimension and learning everything you can in there. So anyway, that's what we get, and I hope this wave of fortune is sweeping over all of you, and best of luck. Peace.